Hello and welcome to On The Watch, where we don't let our fandom get in the way of our honest criticism. I'm your host, Maz, and let's pull this wide open. Tom Holland's Peter Parker is the first time I've seen Spider-Man done right. He's always short on time, juggling his personal life and the superhero life, failing at the personal life slightly, feeling a tremendous amount of guilt and anxiety, being the smartest person in the room, but yet extremely gullible and trusting, and this time to his detriment. He believed that Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio, was the perfect guy to replace Tony Stark, when in fact, he was just a bitter old tech guy who was fired by Tony after having his life work, in his opinion, shamed in public. And upon reflection, I have to say, it's not that different from Guy Ritchie's character in Iron Man 3. So we could say that this movie is Iron Man 3 done right. There was this exposition dump right in the middle of the movie, which was truly forced, and in any other hands other than Jake Gyllenhaal, it might have been sickening. Now, it still wasn't great, but at least he managed to bring some fun and levity to it. And that is my main problem, if I had to think of any, in this movie. For the readers of the comic books, the plot twist to this movie shouldn't come as a surprise. Mysterio is the villain of this movie, but I heard people gasping in a theater, and that was really fun to get a crowd reaction like that. Far From Home has some of the best action set pieces in the MCU, period. They're twisted, engaging, and as confusing as some of them may be, you never lose sight of what's happening, and that's really important. I do believe that Michael Keaton as Vulture was a more relatable villain, but other than that, this movie is much better than it ever has the right to be. Let's get into the post-credit scenes in Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm gonna start with a second post-credit scene, which I think is less important. It shows that Nick Fury and Maria Hall have been Skrulls in this movie. Not all along, only in this movie. And then we turn into a spaceship, a Skrull spaceship, and we see Nick Fury. So he's somewhere in space with Maria Hall, and we don't really know why. We don't get to see more than that either. But the first one is quite amazing. Before Mysterio died, he recorded a video framing Spider-Man for the destruction in Venice, Prague, and London. And he told the whole world that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And he sent it to none other than the Daily Bugle. And by far, the biggest crowd reaction I've ever seen was J.K. Simmons reprising his role as JJJ. It was amazing. Never in a million years would have thought that J.K. Simmons would come back to reprise his role as Triple J. And I couldn't be happier. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Spider-Man has never been in this position in any of the movies so far. So I think it's really interesting to see where it goes from here. Of course, in the 21st century, especially in 2019, it's very hard to explain how people still don't know the real identity of Spider-Man. So I think this blows the whole thing wide open. Have you seen the movie? What did you think? Comment below. Let's have a conversation going. As always, like, share, subscribe, and help us grow. You can find us on all social media at Watch on the Watch. And until next time, stay on the watch.